Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Wake and Jake live from Orlando. That's right, Mickey Mouse might make an appearance this episode. We're like in Disney. I didn't realize that. And we're not live as you're listening to this, but I am. So how do you like that? We are set up in the middle of the media area, and it's like wide open. So we'll see. Maybe some friends and family will jump in throughout this. It's also, and I look around, we are near, there's a bunch of people that come here like job hunting for like ticket operations or analytics. Like all the baseball teams are here and it's a big job fair. And a lot of those people are young males that very much like what we do here at John Boy Media. So there's been a lot of eyes on Little Poppy and Little Poppy BBD. So maybe we'll get some weird love along the way. Speaking of weird love, hey everyone. Crazy couple days. We'll go through. There have been some transactions. The reliever pitching market is making moves. I know that's not exactly where we want to be. Be pretty cool if something happens live, because then as we record that, we could get that out first. We'll see if there's anything there. I can also give you guys the funny kind of updates from winter meetings that I think the Wake and Jake community will like, because it is just a weird scene. Bar scene rolling last night. Was it me and Ali Marmal? Yeah, it was.
That happened.
Was BBD shocked when Ali Marmal winked at me this morning? He was. He thought I was yanking his chain. But the boys bopped a little bit. And it's just a silly, silly baseball scene. So we could do some of that. And we might be loaded today. I've been sitting on a Jason Stark article. What's that mean? No, it's about the outfield shift, which is one of the things I'm the most passionate about. Hopefully we can discuss that a little bit, or I've been waiting to discuss it. I think I even teased it last episode, because he has a solution I really like, and some of the info in here is really good. It's an Athletic article. The Athletic is right behind us, actually free ad.
You
coming
can
in on this
see
one.
the start of their booth.
Eno Saris, who's a friend of the show. Has he waked and jaked?
We did a wake
I
and
think
Jake
we
with
did,
Eno,
yeah.
at least once.
Yeah. So again, maybe he'll make an appearance. Looking good. Interesting sideburn thing. I'll ask him about that. But Eno can kind of do no wrong. So let's see what we get along the way. A little mystery as we come live from the winter meeting. Jolly Olive's here. It looks like he's sent up the camera to do one of his patented TikToks right now. So it's Barry Larkin. Whoa.
Barry Larkin.
Okay. I mean, maybe I guess we got a camera too. I don't know. We'll see the vibes check. First, we have to talk Mike Soroka, Jolly. Not Mike Soroka, the fifth Dodgers outfield prospect. I actually think he's up to 3. Dodgers outfield prospects stacked, by the way, when you get a second and you're really bored. Let's dig back through some transactions, because there's not a heavy hitter in this mix, but there are a lot of things that you're going to see on a baseball field. Anthony Kay to the White Sox, I will kindly decline. Although, hey, we've seen a lot of people leave, come back, perform. Could we be talking about Anthony Kay at a future trade deadline? Absolutely. Go White Sox, go. Sam Hentges and Benches, signed by San Francisco Giants, 1 year, 1.4. I think he's supposed to miss most of the season. He's good when he pitches, though, so I'm interested in that. Miguel Rojas returns to the Dodgers. 1 year, $5.5 million. If you remember, Shohei Ohtani got that deal done. And Miggy Rojas hitting a World Series winning homer.
It's got to help.
Unretired him.
He could have.
And I think they promised him a front office job when he does retire.
I believe that was announced as part of it.
The infielder agreed to terms on a 1 year, $5.5 million deal, after which he will be assisting the front office and helping in player development. So that's one of those moments where the Dodgers just win.
Not to pocket watch a dear friend, but $5.5 million. That's nice.
Really? You're going there, BBD?
World Series homer. Thank you.
He can play shortstop.
Which,
by the way, at his
it's not the strong side of the number stuck out to me.
2 WAR last year.
He's a bargain.
You hate Miguel Rojas, huh?
He's a dear friend.
You thought he should get more or less? You thought he should get less. Wow.
I expected.
Wow. Okay. I thought a lot of things were going to happen. I didn't think that was going to happen, but here we are. Next on the MLB, Emilio and his pagan ways. Emilio Pagan returns to Cincinnati, 2 years, $20 million. Kind of funny in a free agent market where the relievers are kind of going. Where's Cincinnati at as a franchise and organization? There are real Kyle Schwarber rumors. Let's see if any of that comes to fruition. But if Emilio Pagan was going to get that contract, I guess he enjoys Cincinnati and his role there, because otherwise why wouldn't he still be on the market? He put together a really nice season. Let's get some Emilio Pagan stats for the people. I don't have to be above that. Oh, and I owe the Wake and Jakers an apology from last episode. We were doing fake trade proposals, and Jarren Duran got discussed. And I was like, oh, Jarren Duran has what, 1 year left? Jarren Duran has 3 years left, which is just insane. It doesn't make sense to me. He's played 4 years of Major League Baseball. I think he just missed the service time along the way or something.
Probably got a tough cutoff there.
But, yeah, so there's 3 years of Jarren Duran left. So, I thought it was going to be like a 1 year for 1 year thing. I missed that one. And the Bakers in the comments called me out last episode. So, again, I thank you for that, because I just want to put together a good program. And I missed on that one. And normally that's a strength of mine. Those Emilio Pagan stats you're looking for. 70 games. Hello. 2.88 ERA, 32 saves, a 0.917 whip. I was like, Emilio! Good for him and good for Cincinnati. Their closer for the future. Emilio Pagan, 34 years old. South Carolina.
2 of the last 3 years. Really good.
Yeah. And he left. I know he puts Trevor Plouffe in a little bit of a tizzy because he had one really bad. He had a bad Twins year and then a good Twins year. Well, yeah, apparently comfortable there, because otherwise I think he would still be testing the free agent waters, or he wanted the guaranteed closer role, or $20 million. Emilio Pagan, good for you, Big Papi. Cedric Mullins, do you remember?
Yeah.
Cedric Mullins has gone to the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't think we have money on that yet. It is a 1 year deal. Tough, man. Cedric Mullins, when he is playing defense, I just clicked on Baltimore's page.
I believe he got $7.5 million.
Okay, sure. They're currently slotting him in as their 6th hitting center fielder, which taking a chance on Cedric Mullins. Tough, because that rise of Cedric Mullins was so sick. Watching, I think he punted on switch hitting. It looked like the offense came together. The defense, he's one of Jimmy's favorite players to watch on a baseball field. Career 15 WAR. We haven't, 2021 6.2 WAR, 2022 4 WAR, and then he's been around 2.5, which league average hitting with a little bit of defense. That's a guy that you could put on your team. He's dealt with some injuries, although the past 2 years, 133 games, 147 games, got traded to the Mets and played poorly. Tell me if you've heard that before. Sorry, Mets fans. Oh, Jolly just looked at me. Play it cool. Yes, interesting profile from Cedric. He actually got more WAR on the Mets.
That's kind of.
It's a little shocking.
You just look at the 2 OPSs there.
Yeah. How do you like that?
It's for the people not looking at home. 91 games of a 738 OPS with the Orioles, and then Mets 42 games, 62 OPS plus a 565 OPS, and 0.5 WAR on the Mets, 0 broke even on the.
I've had that.
The Orioles.
A player I will root for, although playing against the Yankees, but Cedric Mullins is fun, and again could be a great potential trade deadline ad if you're looking for an outfielder next year around midseason. There have been a couple trades that have happened, some that will have significance on the season. The Red Sox have traded for Johan Oviedo from the Pittsburgh Pirates. 9 starts last year, a 3.57 ERA. He missed the whole 2024 season with injury. The year before that, he threw 177.2 innings. So Boston, I mean, he's going to slot in as a rotation option. The the signature player that got traded was the password, Jonathan Garcia. Again, I'm definitely not saying his name right. Right now in Boston, it has Oviedo listed as their long reliever, last man in the bullpen. It's Crochet, Sonny Gray, Bayo, Cutter Crawford, Patrick Sandoval coming off of injury in Oviedo. So Red Sox fans, I know when we talked to Carabas, he was very much looking for, if Sonny Gray was the third starter, he was excited. If Sonny Gray was the second starter, he was not. Again, as we've seen with every team, look at the Toronto Blue Jays and the Dodgers last year, like the amount of pitching injuries you're going to have and who's available by the end. I know it's as corny as it literally gets in baseball. Can't have enough arms. It seems like it's that move for Boston. It just will be interesting to see how that move gets graded on the scale going forward if they do bring in a higher-end arm. Or what the hell are those guys going to do? When we talked baseball last night, we were hoping that one of the bigger transactions went down. It had not, but turned into Trev Jolly, Yuckin' Ball. And I think wild card isn't the right term, but the teams that have actual budgets that are looking to compete,
potential agents of chaos.
Yeah. I guess it's easier for me to list the teams and then figure out the names because it's the Boston Red Sox, the Chicago Cubs, the San Francisco Giants. Like Phillies maybe, but I think they're going to make moves. That it's the larger market teams that we don't know how they're going to operate this offseason.
Are they going to do a lot, or are they going to?
Is Boston going to put the chips in? Are they again? Carabas wants another starter. He wants Alonso. And again, he's a fan of the Boston Red Sox, so that's fine for him to want. But he also sees a young core that if they take this other step right now, they're going to start believing and having actual World Series aspirations again, which they haven't had that in a little bit.
Post Sonny Gray trade, Carabas on Talking Baseball, they wanted the guy more reliable than Sonny Gray, I guess would be the word, and adding Oviedo adds more overall starting pitching depth.
He's an option.
And he's an option, but I think they still want more.
And it's just where is the more? And that's kind of what I'm saying with the Cubs, and that's what I'm saying with the Giants. And, you could lump in a couple other big market. Like, are the Texas Rangers one of those teams? Like, what are they involved in at this point? I think those teams, not knowing where they're currently at, are going to shake up the whole market a little bit. Because they could either – you could tell me one of those teams wins the offseason. You could tell me one of those teams doesn't make moves. And I wouldn't be shocked either direction. Johan Oviedo, what do I like about him? 98th percentile in extension.
Okay. That's an interesting trait.
Fastball, slider, curve. Go nuts, kid. Sox.
On the password,
yes.
two things of note. I was trying to go find a pronunciation for you. In doing that, I was trying to type his name into Baseball Reference. Could not figure out the spelling on his first name. Garcia, there's too many Garcias in baseball history. I was able to write password, and it brought me right to him.
They've got a couple nice quirks like that.
So I really liked that. And the pronunciation, Joe Stinson. Silent X.
Joe Stinson.
And it sounds kind of like Joe's.
Okay. Josie. Pirates in the mix, are they? A signing that impacted an ALCS team. The Nationals traded Jose Ferrer for catching prospect Harry Ford and another minor league pitcher, Isaac Lyon. Link not in the listed trade for Isaac Lyon. Don't love that for him. This is a great case of a couple things that I like. One, Jose Ferrer, lefty reliever. I'll tell you this. Go around and look for lefty relievers with velo. There's not a lot of them that exist. Ferrer ended up closing some games last year for the Nationals. I still believe that matters. Not all outs are made equal. And a Mariners team that everyone believes in their pitching. They've had a lot of bullpen success guys pop up that they must believe that there is some more to be tapped into in Jose A. Ferrer. Don't forget the A. 11 saves last year. The ERA doesn't pop, but as we well know, nobody cares about ERA anymore. That's what Jolly Olive's been telling everyone around here. ERA doesn't matter. We want the arm talent. Ferrer has that in droves. He did throw 72 games and 76.1 innings pitched last year. I did hear from an anonymous source, Winter Meetings people.
Sure.
They were nervous about Jose Ferrer with his last year's workload and probably pitching for Team DR in the WBC. So these are the weird things we think about as baseball fans. I think on the other side, Harry Ford, which I think if you're a baseball person, he's a prospect you may have heard of, whether going to last World Baseball Classic, playing for Great Britain. And this is kind of loser stuff, but that's my sweet spot. MLB The Show guy for a little bit, Harry Ford, coming out of that World Baseball Classic, which, again, if you're not a video game person, I was out of baseball video games for a long time. Seeing what that product provides for young baseball fans, awesome. Because there are young baseball fans that got introduced to Harry Ford, and who knows what he turns into. But Harry Ford was a real prospect, and he is a catcher. And the Seattle Mariners have that. That doesn't mean you just trade a guy away. I think the price tag might have surprised some people. But again, when you do how limited lefty relievers are with the control, so the Mariners won't have to pay in the bullpen, they pay in their prospect capital. And hey, the Nats get a guy that I just mentioned has been a top 100 prospect. He should be pseudo major league ready. Caught 81 games at AAA last year. Let's see the hitting stats. Do I like he? I don't dislike he. 408 on base at AAA Tacoma. Jolly's sitting next to me, but we're not talking because I'm recording and he's taking a nap. I think if you're someone that lives in Prospects or you're like, Harry Ford, couldn't he headline like a deal for something else? This is where it's at. And Nationals, the Keibert Ruiz experiment, where does that land? Because I know him throwing out base runners was one of the worst statistics you could find throughout baseball. Let's see what Fangraphs, are they going to list Harry Ford as their starting catcher?
They do not.
They do not. And hey, he's still a young ball player, has options, and maybe that gives them the flexibility to do whatever they want. And just a reminder, you may know a few of the guys on the Washington Nationals, but my God, that team is still very far away.
Oh my God.
From being a competitive roster. It's shocking.
Do you know how much time is left on the Keibert Ruiz contract?
6, 7?
Let's see. This coming year is 2026. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guaranteed years.
Okay.
Then years 6 and 7 are both club options. I mean, it's a very low AAV, one of those pre-arb deals, but
right.
It's a lot of time.
Yeah. No, they kind of thought he was next, and his -1 WAR last year could be worrisome from Keibert Ruiz. Hey, Eduardo.
Hey.
How are you doing? Appreciate
thanks,
you.
Eduardo.
You're the best. Handsome, powerful, commands the room. Nice smile. Okay, Eduardo Perez on Wake and Jake. Title, click,
Wow.
million views.
Featuring Eduardo Perez.
Nationals, what is you doing, baby? Nationals listed first baseman, Jolly Olive. Luis Garcia Jr.
Oh.
You may think of him as a second baseman, but that's where they've got Nasim Nunez getting run.
Nasim Nunez.
What happened in our nation's capital? What happened to the team we loved? It was 2019. We were smoking funny things. Sorry about that. Jose Ferrer. Velo. lefty, control. That's what these teams like. And the signing that shook winter meetings today, Michael Soroka to the Diamondbacks. 1-year deal. I don't think we have money yet. I do want to see. I was driving the Michael Soroka trade for this guy and make him a reliever after he did that with the White Sox and he was dominant. I'm hoping that's what Arizona is doing.
1 year, $9 million.
$9 million. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. It's probably stretch him out through camp, see where the rotation is at. If they need to get a couple starts out of him, they'll use him that way. If not, I think Mike Soroka has a bullpen career coming up that we are going to like, and teams just aren't ready to push him there yet. He had one good playoff outing, one bad playoff outing. Whoops, Mike Soroka. And he is still super young. We forget, he's 28 years old.
Wow.
Eric Boland featured on the episode. He waved. Mike Soroka was called up at age 20. Canadian.
People forget.
How do you like that? That I'm excited for a team to stop starting him and let him be a reliever because I think he can be dominant in that role.
My apologies. The $7.5 million can become $9 million again with incentives. Last year's contract was $9 million, which is why it popped up as straight $9 million.
Unacceptable.
That's his rate.
Those are the transactions that happened, and they shouldn't excite you if we're being completely honest about it. We're waiting for a fish or a big fish to drop. I don't think winter meetings has gotten – there's not anxious yet. There's still a lot of excitement in the room. A lot of people showed up today that if by tonight there hasn't been a real I shouldn't say a real transaction, a big transaction, you're going to start feeling the environment get itchy here. And I don't like that.
Winter meetings.
This hotel has me a little itchy as is.
It's a fascinating setup.
It's a weird setup. We are in Disney. I'll end with Jakey silly winter meeting stuff because it did get a little silly last night. Before we do that, how about this? Today's show is brought to you by Shopify. Shopify is the best place to start and grow a business, which is why we partner with them at John Boy Media. And I said from day one, we were like, hey, we got to get in this merch game. Shopify is where we went, and we're still with them, even with our new Slashline site. That's right. We knew we had to upgrade our site, so we talked to the good people at Shopify. We shared our hopes and dreams, which I hope you do too. They helped us make them come true. Shopify Sidekick, Shopify Magic, and the suite of AI tools, total game changer. It helps you know what your business needs to make the next steps. So if you want to be like us, if you are like us, go check out Shopify. Start your trial today. Click the link, shopify.com/Yanks, if you're ready to leave the amateurs and head over to the big league. From Short King Jason Stark of The Athletic, because he found the solution that I have been looking for when it comes to outfield shifts. Again, article on The Athletic. It is titled, "The Gapper is Dead." Who killed the double and the triple, and what can MLB do about it? The things that I will give you from our king, Jason Stark, who I'm hoping to see here. Again, we got the Athletic thing behind us that it would be cool if he pops by. Let's give you some stats. Doubles. In 2007, there was 9,197. 2025, 7,745. So we are down a little over 1,000 doubles. I don't know. That number doesn't seem too crazy. I think off the rip, you do 162 games, however many games a day. Not nuts. Triples, 2015, from 939 to 628. So I don't know. Triples down a third. And I think we've seen that and felt that. But it also just felt like that's kind of what was going on, as there was more power players in baseball. Like we know the triples parks now, that it becomes a very basic math equation, and it's why Corbin Carroll is probably going to lead MLB in triples every year, as long as he's in Arizona, because that is a triples ballpark. His speed, pretty simple math. The Jason Stark, a wordsmith, he continues to go on that in 2019 so this is more recent. So, he starts going back, he kind of catches up in time. In 2019, there was 8,500 doubles. I'll use round numbers. 8,500 doubles. In 2025, there was 8,300 doubles and triples. So in 6 years, the amount of extra base hits that were not home runs, it's just a significant number, and I do think that is just, thanks. Nice.
Steven Nesbitt.
Oh, Nesbitt. Hot. I thought that was just he
didn't get a good FaceTime with you. Yes.
No, I couldn't see his face. He just went low on me. In 6 years we saw other extra base hits come down that much significantly, that it's still evolving. And again, I enthuse you whenever I do this. Go check out the article, because he interviews Pasquantino, Bregman, Freddie. I think I said Freddie Freeman, but I'll say it again. And yeah, there's some videos in there of some different things. So he starts out with one of the things we're talking about: no doubles defense, which has become a pretty standard kind of just defense, because the nerds did the math. You stand further back, you keep the ball in front of you, you advance less, bing bong.
Far fewer doubles.
So it turns out the average outfield depth hasn't changed that crazy, at least in the past 10 years or so. 2025, like the infielders in the past 10 years have moved back an average of, like, center field is 10 feet, left field is 6 feet, right field is 3 feet. So that's a little surprising. It's felt like the outfield has played deeper, but when you look at the actual numbers and statistics on it,
in reality, that's a step or two.
Yeah, I mean, not crazy, not what you'd think before you get into the numbers. They do go on that it's not necessarily the pure depth, but it is where the shifting outfielders are, because and this was an interesting part of this that we've tried to quantify, especially on Talking Yanks, but it's kind of how do you shift, and do you shift to prevent what kind of hit from a player? Because he says that basically a lot of these defensive-minded analytics crew, like in the infield, for me, the math ends up making sense pretty quickly. It's like, okay, you hit it on the ground this much in this direction. We got 4 guys. I do think there needs to be an adjustment to cutting off doubles in the infield. Like if you have a pull hitter, and the math will tell you the difference between a single and a double, run scoring wise, is significant. I won't deep dive into that math. It is in the article. That I think we could see a slight infield shift, literally, to guarding the lines. That preventing that double is more significant than a single getting through, in my opinion. That I will be interested to see if that goes that way. But in the outfield, they said that their goal is wherever you hit the ball hard, wherever your line drives are, that's where they want their defenders. And again, that makes sense. I guess it's also the concept of, depending who's hitting it and how hard they're hitting it, do you want to play towards that? Because I don't know. I would have to dive much further into the numbers to try to figure that out. And like I talk about a lot, I don't think everything is numbers at the end of the day, that you have to have some feel about who's pitching, what kind of contact do they give up, how does the hitter react to that pitch, like what's the history there. That I think there's more that goes into play in it than just that. And there is stuff in the article there. that they have, clearly this isn't rocket scientist. Although there was a neuroscientist recruiter guy that he was chatting with me a lot.
He's around. They got the science. Every team science nerds are here.
Not sure what that fully was. I think he said baseball is a hobby for him. He comes to every winter meetings, which I'll be honest. If you're a big baseball fan, I don't think you need to be at every winter meetings. If there's one close to you, kind of a cool time.
If it's in a cool place you want to otherwise visit and do a day bopping around, it could be fun.
The other thing that was shocking to me, and maybe this is where a 10-year scope is tough, they said that outfielders now are more athletic and taking a better first step. So that is from 2025 compared to 2016, which that's the StatCast era. So that's when we have information from that. I would wish we could go further back than that to see. I feel like that's a different time period. I feel like in 2015, 2016, we were getting into the area of bulkier outfielders. That I was very surprised to see that because I don't know, that's kind of been a stereotypical thing that we have been telling people of like, oh, we need to get more athletes back into baseball and play the position. That seemed like another kind of shocking data point on this. But still, how are all of these going down? It's not like everything's just turning into a home run. So here's some more StatCast stats that start to change how you should view it and why I do think this is an important part for baseball. Batting average. So they did balls that are barreled with exit velocities of 95 miles per hour or harder. In 2016, the league hit 541 on balls like that. So if you hit one on the screws, I guess I'll pause. Today's show is brought to you by Fabletics. If you're like me and you basically live in activewear, it's true. Traveling, recording, whatever we're doing, Fabletics is what you're looking for. Some of that good stuff gets pricey real quick. You bring up the price tag, you're like, what are we paying now? The good people at Fabletics have you hooked up, and it's been real for me. I brought 3 pairs of pants this trip. 2 of them are Fabletics. I had to retool my whole game. The franchise needed a shake-up, and Fabletics is where you want to be because they have amazing deals. I'm talking 80% off everything when you sign up as a VIP. So if you need the full on the field, off the field, work, before, after, if you need to retool it, Fabletics is where you want to go. Head to fabletics.com/bakers. Sign up as a VIP to get 80% off everything. This is only available through my link, so go to fabletics.com/bakers. Sign up as a VIP, get 80% off. Fabletics.com/bakers. We just got winter meetinged a little bit. Barry Larkin came through. That's right, that guy. Jolly was going to film some shorts with him. Jolly and Rob Soroka went missing. So I had to put on my tap dance shoes and show off to Barry Larkin that, A, I know who he is. And we talked about his son, Shane Larkin, a walking bucket still, getting buckets in Turkey. How do you like that? Anyways, back to outfield defensive shifts. Oh,
Pete Alonso is coming here. Not to our table, but to the winter meeting soon. So,
that is fantastic.
He's the one that's around.
That is great news.
And you might remember when Judge came to the San Diego winter meetings to get his deal done.
Jolly's crying. Let me put the loop on this because I just want to land the ship on my new thing that I am going to steal from this. But, hey, okay, so I started talking barrels. Barreled line drives to the outfield, exit velo of 95 miles per hour or harder. In 2016, the league hit 541 on balls hit like that. Balls hit hard to the outfield, 541. In 2025, that's dropped by 138 points to 403. So the outfield shifts are working. 138 points in the gaps of what that swing used to result in. is crazy. The slugging went down 300 points. So these balls, in a generation where it's harder to hit than ever, everyone throws 100 miles per hour. You don't see the same pitcher twice. We now have another facet of the game with the outfield defensive shifts that are taking away slugging by 300 points and batting average by 138 points. So this is where I'm starting to feel it. I'm like, okay, this is right. This is what I've been saying. We need more doubles. We need more triples. The scary thing was when we initially started talking shifts, nobody wanted to touch the beauty of the baseball field. And you're absolutely right. And I'm all in on that. The baseball field is beautiful. It's part of it. It's funny watching the games. Like, we've taken sales clients to games. Tech Mike, who used to be with our company, like, he went on a whole speech about Americana and, like, the power of the color green. And it was like, okay, all right, I'm keeping up, but I'm not. The solution that I have found that should bring the outfield shift ban to baseball, they said just mow the grass different.
Ooh.
They said if you want to do depth, which we said isn't affecting the game that much, but I think it is, and I think a depth limit is good.
I'm interested in that.
And then I guess depending however you do the lines or creative solutions, they're just like, I mean, that's essentially what they're doing in the infield with the second base back. We have a make-believe V that we are using currently to ban the shift in the infield, which, by the way, guys are kind of ignoring. And I'd be okay, like, bringing more of the V back, if that would be okay. That we should do the same thing in the outfield, and I'm just in on it. And I guess I've been waiting for the article with the right information to back it up. And the article continues to go on how you could do the lines, where you could do it. I think the whole mindset of who you have on your team in your outfield would change. We saw it with the base running. We wondered how much the base running rules would actually affect the game. Go look at Soto and Naylor's steals this year. Like, the base running game has changed. If we do this in the outfield, I think it's only for the good. Theo Epstein is quoted in this article about how much people like watching a center fielder try to track down a ball in the gap. A guy trying to beat out a hustle double. It's harder to hit than ever. There's something beautiful about the natural positions on a baseball field. Remember how weird it was when infield shifts first started happening and you'd see a ground ball to short and they weren't there? And you'd see the frustrated pitcher because every time they had given up that in their lifetime, it was fielded cleanly. I'm all in on this. I think I'm going to start pushing for it harder. If you're a pitcher, I don't know, man. You got all the advantages right now. I think you need to be focused about what's making the sport better. The sport is better with more doubles and triples. Those have been reduced from the game. Let's bring those back. Let's bring back more hitting. Let's bring back more offense. Let's bring back more athletic outfielders, although the data says we have that, which surprised me a lot at first. But I think teams would even make a more conscientious focus to having athletic outfielders if you can't put them wherever you want. If you need athletes out there that can go get it, those are the highlights we want. So I'm excited. Go check out Jason Stark's athletic article. DraftKings. If you love the thrill of live betting, DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on star player props, in-game progress, right as they are happening. You're getting the read out there. Read and react with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Even if sports betting is not available in your state yet, DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports, you'll have a shot to win cash prizes. So the best part, new customers, if you bet just $5 and your bet wins, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code JMSports. JM Sports, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. All right. Final kind of wrap of silly stuff from winter meetings. I'll give you guys the behind the scenes. We get in yesterday. I checked in the hotel before everyone else, even though they beat me here by hours. Flex.
Wow.
We went out to dinner. A nice Asian cuisine. A little expensive. Again, we're in Disney, so we're on their time. Although I did see someone with some kava. I don't know if they Uber Eats that or whatever.
Probably.
We'll look into that coming up.
Open.
Oh, John Heyman lunking around.
He's doing his classic thing.
Doing his signature walk.
That's all day.
John Heyman is everywhere somehow. Yeah, again, we've got 2 connected hotels here, so it's a little bit of a funky layout that people aren't fully sure where to hang, and everything is a little expensive.
I'll tell you what, the restaurants I saw at the other hotel, like on the other end here, we did okay.
Yeah.
Price-wise.
No, again, live in New York City.
Yeah.
And Jake Mintz from Cespedes Family Barbecue said I smell like money.
Wow.
So I'll take that to the grave. Those Old Fashions last night, about $25.
Really?
Yeah. So hear from Tony on that.
Those were for a client.
Right. We're entertaining. So we come here, we set up, we recorded Talking Baseball at night. Trev was on one, glass of wine post-baseball tournament. Trev, which was a good sight to see, little hint of jealousy that he's not here with the boys. We had a nice dinner, no drinks at dinner, saving ourselves. How about the end of the Chiefs happened last night? People are talking about that.
That was a game.
Pretty wild. Pennick and Swilly at the game, so that was fun to get updates on that. But yeah, everyone's standing around yucking. So familiar faces. Let's see. Around the horn. The Cespedes Barbecue guys bopping around. Good people. Definitely want to film some side content with them, whether Wake and Jake or Talking Baseball or something. Great dudes. We've seen them now for 7 years or whatever it is. And just silly boys, silly, weird baseball boys that enjoy the sport differently. Like how passionate they get about other leagues or Division III baseball or whatever it is. I really respect that because I don't really have that. But I'm happy they have it. Jake from Cespedes Family Barbecue, and I don't know how much I'm throwing him under the bus, he did have a bottle of rum with him. Did you miss that?
I think I missed whatever this story is.
So I think he was against the hotel prices, and rightfully so. Normally, I wouldn't normally be against that argument, but pretty wild. So he literally just had a bottle of rum in his back pocket, which was just a vibe. I had a little bit of that, and that was nice. Let's see, Rockies PR and Susie Hunter, who they cover the Rockies out there. They're excited about the new Rockies front office, and they have belief.
It's a new group,
so that's exciting. They were like, yeah, things kind of got rough. That we are genuinely excited for this new crew and the people running the Rockies. They have hope, and so I don't know. I don't think it's for this season, but I think Rockies fans. Let's make a 5-year plan. Let's make a 5-year plan and figure this thing out. But I think the memory from the night, the St. Louis crew, Greg Amsinger from MLB Network. He big St. Louis guy. If you don't know, he his office at MLB Network. It looks like a kid decorating their bedroom. Like the amount of St. Louis Cardinal stuff in there, pretty wild for that tall, handsome man who likes a good drink as well. So he's there. Katie Wu, friend of the program, friend of the family, friend of John Boy Media or whatever it is. Katie Wu, who's now leaving St. Louis to go to L.A., but she's in the St. Louis mix. Couple easy jokes there for me. Oh, St. Louis, they're losing players. They're losing best journalists. Greg Amsinger was in on that, obviously. Then it turned into Cardinal Fest. Daniel Descalso, Dirty Dan, he was there. John Jay, friend of Trevor Plouffe, who we've yucked with a couple times, he was there, chilling. And then a new friend, Oli Marmol, your manager of the St. Louis Cardinals. And they were just bopping. And I talked to Katie Wu around lunchtime today, and I was like, Katie, you good? Because the drinks were flowing. She was good. I don't want to dox her like this. She said she forgot a pair of socks, so she bought some at the store at the hotel.
Yeah.
So sorry about that, Katie Wu. And she was like, yeah, I mean, she's like, that's the crew. Like a Cardinals road trip, like that crew is kind of the late night conversation crew that helps, steer a team, steer an organization. Ali Marmol, I don't want this to come across in a bad way, not as big as I thought. I don't know what I thought I was expecting, but I wouldn't label him a big guy, and that's fine.
You think of just people in baseball, and
I just think Ali Marmol, 6 foot.
They're always going to be like bigger than you thought they were going to be.
Backwards hat from Ollie, which, some people, some people judge on that, the old Colin Cowherd thing. And then, just talking ball in life. Marmol said the next time he gets ejected, he's going to do it in Spanish because he wants to test Jimmy's Spanish. But he was just a dude. So it was, again, one of those cool things in winter meetings that you're like, how did any of this happen? Why is this happening? And I don't really know, but it was fun. There was a really good baseball community at the bar. We talked to the Yankees beat reporters for a while. They're all good people. Cliff Floyd bopping around. That it was. It's just a scene. So I do hope we need it. We need the action. We need the signing to really kick things off. Pete Alonso's coming down.
Alonso's coming down.
A polar bear melts in Florida. But does he melt when you put a contract on the Pirates?
Right.
That was me as Scott Boras. Anyways, all right. Thank you, everybody. We will be back. Maybe if there's breaking news, again, that probably leans talking baseball, but maybe we'll be here. Maybe we'll do something silly with Jolly, get a little kooky, get Jolly all drunken in front of a microphone, talk politics. We will see you back here. Thank you guys so much. We love you. And, we're going to see you soon in some capacity. So thank you.
Subscribe.